Hello friends, I am Dr. Pranav Kumar Chakraborty on behalf of BNCMS Study Festivity. After a long pause, I am once again with you for presenting some and uploading some videos on for free learning, for free coaching, and this time the area is accounting section 2. In the first part, I have presented nearly 40 plus deliberations on accounting, and those are on the basic issues of the process of accounting. Right now, from today onwards, I am taking up the area, and that is partnership accounts. This area is meant for the students of accounting who are studying ICSC, ISC, CBSC 11 and 12, BCom, CA, costing, company secretaryship and management. So it will come to the use of all the students or of all the for all the learners who are studying accounting. So the topic is partnership accounts. Friends, partnership, what is partnership? Before entering into the details of partnership, I am interested in giving you a overall view on the business sector of India. The business sector of India. Partnership is nothing but an organization which carries on business. It is a loose definition of partnership, but since partnership is related to business, I would like to give you a total idea, give you an overview of the business sector in India. The business house, I would like not to define right now. It has already been defined what is business. The total business sector in India can be segregated into three parts. First part is private sector. The total business sector of India is divided into three parts. First part is private sector. What is private sector? Private sector is consisted of all the organization, business houses, business and industrial and trading houses which are owned and managed by the private individuals. It may be a single individual, it may be a group, it may be a group of two or more persons, or it may be a group of persons duly registered as per some law. So the total private organizations, the total business houses which are owned by the general public in individual capacity or in the capacity of a group, or a group duly registered as per some provisions of law, these are included in private sector. The private sector, I have segregated the private sector into two parts. One is private sector owned by a single individual, a business house which is owned by a single individual, and single means mono, so it is known as mono ownership. That is, the business house owned and managed by a single individual is known as mono ownership form of business, and it is generally regarded as sole proprietorship. Sole means single ownership. If single person owns everything of the business, he or she invests cash or invests capital, he manages the business house, and whatever the results, the profit or loss go to this particular person. So this is sole proprietorship business. But when the ownership of any private organization vests on a good number of persons, that is more than one person, that is known as poly ownership pattern of business. Poly means many. So the ownership, when the ownership goes in the hands of two or more individual, in that case that is known as poly ownership pattern of business house. This can be, this may be of four parts. There are business houses owned by a family, by all the members of the family, of Hindu family, and that is known as joint Hindu family business. So business house owned by a particular Hindu family is governed as per the Hindu laws, and that is regarded as joint Hindu family business. The other second one is partnership. Partnership, as it is part ownership. If we expand the term, we will get that a part ownership, that is when the ownership of a business house is segregated into a good number of persons, that is known as partnership. So I will come in my next deliberation as to the details of the partnership organization. So I am not letting you know many things with regards to partnership. Third one is cooperative society. Cooperative society is an organization basically formed and registered as per provisions of the Societies Act, and it is owned and managed by a group of persons. So it is also a poly ownership form of business. And another is company. The term company everybody knows, where company always refers to an association of two or more persons. Whenever your father says to your mother, मेरा लड़का बर्बाद हो रहा है, मेरा लड़का को, और कैसे बर्बाद हो रहा है, अरे तुम्हारा जानते हो तुम्हारा लड़का को कंपनी क्या है, इसका मतलब व्हाट डज इट मीन, विद whom my son is, that is, it is an association of persons, it is the association of persons, but all association of persons are not regarded as a company. So far as company is basically a legal organization and an association formed and registered as per the provisions of Companies Act of 1956, and that is known as company in business house. So a company is an association person formed and registered as per the provisions of the Companies Act. So all these are the poly ownership pattern of business houses. So private sectors are segregated into two parts. One is mono ownership pattern, that is when the owner is a single person. When the owner is a single person, it is known as sole proprietorship. And when the ownership vests in the hands of a good number of persons, it may be joint Hindu family business, it may be partnership, it may be cooperative society, and it may be a company. So this is poly ownership pattern of private ownership form of business. So private sector includes all the organizations which are owned and managed by the individual, no intervention of the government. Then another group of organization, or there are many huge number of organization which is not owned by the private individual. No private individual is there, only it is the government, that is, it is the government who owns the organization, and that is known as government sector of business, or it is also known as public sector organization. So public sector organizations are those organizations which are formed and managed by the government itself. And this type of public sector organizations are segregated into three parts. First one is government department. There are good number of departments. There are good number of organizations which are owned, which are managed and controlled by the government departments. You consider the railways. Railway is governed by the Department of Railways. Okay, so it is in the hands of the Ministry of Railway. So there is a specific department which controls, which manages that organization, that is known as government department. And railway is is an organization which is formed, which is managed and controlled by the railway department. Then again P&T, Post and Telegram, that is governed by the P&T department of the government of India. So it is government department. Then statutory corporation. Statutory, what does that mean? Statutory refers to birth by law. Birth by law. So any organization which is created by a specific act. Just I am taking an example. When the government of India thought that the lives of the individuals should be made secured, especially when they are investing their funds for their life, for to cover their life risk. So that is known as Life Insurance Corporation of India. So Life Insurance Corporation of India. So a specific law was enacted by the government of India. A specific law. What is the law? Life Insurance Corporation Act. Life Insurance Corporation Act. So a particular act was passed. A single act is passed by the government, and it is passed in the legislation in our parliament, and when the parliament gives the sanctions, it becomes a law, and as per the law, the organization comes into being, and that is known as statutory corporation. And that type of organization, a Food Corporation of India, Fertilizer Corporation of India, so the Life Insurance Corporation of India, all these are statutory organization. They are known as statutory corporation. Corporation is a business house. Corporate, as the name suggests, corporate refers to a body created by law. Corporate body refers to a body created by law. So it is a specific law creates a specific body, and that body is known as statutory corporation. And then comes the government, then government company. We know, I have already told you, a company is an association of person which is formed and registered as per the provisions of the Companies Act. Here, the general individual, public individual purchases the shares of the company and they become the owner of the company. Although there should not be any owner of the company, because a company is a legal entity and it has its own entity. So, so far as company is defined as a juristic personality, it is the person which is created by law. But here the shares are owned by the private individual. But when the totality of when a government company is a company which is formed and registered as per the provisions of the Companies Act, but the total share goes in the hands of the government. So it becomes a government company. There are a good number of examples. The question of government company comes into being. The objectives behind the setting up of government company is to control on the production and distribution of very, very important items for the use of the general public. Then ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission. So Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Commission, they are concerned with the oil and petroleum and natural gas. CIL, Coal India Limited. ICOL, Oil Corporation of India Limited. SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. So all these are the forms of government company. Then, so here is absolutely, these are the classification of private sector, a public sector. So public sector organizations are those organizations which are absolutely owned by the government, and these are segregated into three parts. One is government department, managed and controlled by a specific department of the government, that is railway, P&T, and statutory corporation. A corporation comes into being as a result of the passing of any law, as a result of the enactment passed by our legislative body. And some examples of these are Food Corporation of India, Fertilizer Corporation of India, Life Insurance Corporation of India, and RBI also. Reserve Bank of India is a statutory corporation. Okay, it is in charge of the total currency of India. And The third part is government company. A company is an association of persons formed and registered as per the provisions of the Companies Act, and when all the shares of the company is owned by, all the shares are owned by the government, it becomes a government company. No private individual is allowed to buy shares, because there are some issues which are of absolutely for the interest of the general public. Since we follow the socialistic pattern of society, it is the responsibility of the government to take care of the interest of the general public, especially we like Indian, very poor Indians. So these are the different organizations, those have been formed and registered as per the provisions of Companies Act, but the whole share goes, the totality of the share goes in the hands of the government. And some examples are ONGC, CIL, IOOCL, SAIL, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. But over and above these two, there is another sector of organization, and that sector which is owned both by the private individual and also by the government, that is known as government joint sector organization. Very often, so far as the management is concerned, so far as the funding is concerned, when there are huge number of organizations which need huge fund, and that fund cannot be contributed by the general public. So it may be that the general public are not in a position to invest huge amount of money. Clear? This is number one. Again, but so far as the management is concerned, there are a good number of private individuals who can manage the organization beautifully. Consider the case of Tata. Tata is regarded as one of the best manager of the world. Okay, so in order to reap the advantage of large amount of investment on the part of the government, it is possible. And again, best management, using the best management potential and in the form of private individual. So by combining the efforts of the government, contribution of the government and contribution of the private individual, another sector has been, a good number of industries are there, and those are termed as joint sector of India. And in the joint sector, recent in Bengal, Haldia Petrochemical is a prominent name in the field of joint sector. But the first joint sector came before independence. The princely states, Hyderabad, Mysore, the different princely states, that is the owner, that is the king or the governor and the in charge of the princely states, they took the assistance of some private individual to set up organization under the leadership of both the private individual and the princely states, and those are joint sector. So joint sector in India came before independence, but after independence, the first joint sector company, Air India Limited. Okay, Air India Corporation Limited, and Air India Corporation Limited is owned by both Government of India and also Tata. Okay, so this is joint sector. So this is the total picture of the ownership pattern of business. So friends, I am summing up. Our topic is partnership account. Before entering into the partnership is a form of business. Partnership is a form of business. Since it has some relevance as to the business sector of India, I have made a deliberation on a small deliberation on the ownership pattern of business, and this ownership pattern of business, it has been coined with business sector of India or business sector in India. This business sector is divided into three parts: private sector, B, public sector, and C, joint sector. So private sector is consisted of all the organizations which are owned, controlled and managed by the private individual. And this type of organization of different types, When there is single owner, there is mono ownership, there is single proprietorship or sole proprietorship, and when the number of owner is more than one, that is known as poly ownership. And these poly ownership organizations are segregated into 4 parts. One, organization formed, managed and controlled by the Hindu family jointly, that is joint Hindu family business. Then partnership I will take up later on in detail. Cooperative society, organization formed and registered as per the provisions of the Societies Act and with some social motive. And then company, an association of person formed and registered as per the provisions of the Companies Act. And then comes public sector. Public sector organizations, public sector is consisted of all the organizations which are owned, controlled and governed by the government itself. And these are 3 types. When it is controlled by government department, it is departmental organization or government department or departmental organization, and prominent in this field are railways, P&T. Then statutory corporation, a specific law is enacted for some special purpose, like for the life of the individual, LIC, for distribution of food, it's a Food Corporation of India, for distribution of fertilizers to the farmers, so Fertilizer Corporation of India, and the Reserve Bank in India for conducting, managing the monetary transactions. And then government company formed and registered as per the provisions of Companies Act, but the total share is owned by the government, and some prominent names are over there: ONGC, Coal India Limited, IOCL, SAIL, HEL, and all this. And then again come joint sector, the organizations which are owned by both private individual and government, and some prominent names is in the presently in Bengal, it is Haldia Petrochemicals. So okay friends, so this is the overall idea of the business sector in India. For detailed, if you want to go into the detail, please go through any book on business studies or commerce. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day.